today we're going to talk about some basic geostatistical geospatial analysis techniques اللي هي راح تكون basically عندنا data preparation, querying, extracting subsets of data, buffering and clipping data, preparing a map. So يعني هم we will revise some basic concepts سويناها من قبل بس الحين راح نتعمق أكثر about هذا. طبعا راح تجي شنو؟ This is basically when you have a spatial data that is raw from multiple sources and then you want to edit them and you want to extract information to present a map. So there is a huge مثل ما قلت لكم and we will talk about sources of spatial data in the next lecture I think. And then موجودة like huge databases, multiple satellite images, huge like access databases and a huge library of shape files and everything. So and here we will have to do some basic things, which is by the way هني شنو حاط لك basically هني حاط لكم the nice thing about this exercise حاط لكم sources of the data. فمثل ما انتم شايفين راح نتكلم عن في next practicum راح نتكلم in more details about projections and coordinate systems for maps. But as you can see هني إنه معطيكم السورس من وين جايبينها والأمور هذه كلها. Sorry, for each part of the data set. So as you can see here, and it's from different sources. Again, ما في unified spatial coordinate system. There is plenty, and that's why we will talk about this later on. So what we have here is boundaries, which is يعني obtaining shapefile of monuments. So عندنا location of monuments, okay. And then the location of municipal boundaries. Speaking of monuments, in the US currently they are tearing down Columbus statues everywhere.
والله.
And who discovered the Americas? Okay, so obtaining municipal boundaries, and then obtain census tract boundaries. Okay. Census tract boundaries هذا عندنا بعدين road data querying extracting subsets. So الحين we're gonna start working with this. So let's see what we have here. So he wants us, we're gonna go to the raw data. This. Okay, and then we're gonna bring those. And you can see here, لأنهم from different data sources. يقول لك ArcGIS, QGIS, and then because those are from different coordinate system or projections, I'm gonna have to unify them, and that's an automatic function that is good in QGIS. So here we have اللايرز اللي هني which is عندنا هني الجوريسديكشن اللي هي شنو اللي هي جوريسديكشن اللي هي شنو اللي هي الحدود اللي اقدر اطبق فيها قانون معين تابع لمنطقة. اوكي بعد ما اطلع من هالحدود ما اقدر اطبق القانون المعين او هذا دائما يسمونها jurisdiction. And then it asking us to so we will burn monument layer on the top followed by the rodent, and then so عندنا يبي منا شنو burn monuments layer on the top, and then roads, and then census tract, and then آخر وحدة jurisdiction. Okay. So عندنا هني بعدين قال شنو اللي هو بعد المونيومنتس هذه roads, yes. And then okay. So دائما when I receive a map, one of the things اللي أنا أسويه إنه I explore something called the attribute table. شنو information اللي embedded يعني شنو what's in this, because this is where you have most of the things that you want to present in your map. هني نفس الشيء عندنا attribute table. Okay, and this is where we're gonna mostly do the work in this exercise. Okay, وين هذا؟ Okay, however, each ladder properties will have elements, coordinate system are in the state plane coordinate system. Right click on the inventory layer and choose set to CRS. Here coordinate context. But this will get the CRS to the so قال بأن شنو هي المشكلة اللي صارت؟ يبينا just to make sure that the road inventory انها تكون لان هني صار شنو؟ الرود inventory is unknown. So click on set CRS from the content. This can be done from the project properties, but this quick way to set the CRS particular project now is the project is now NAD 83. The monuments are being projected to fly on. So we can go here to the properties. Yeah, New Mexico Center. Okay. We will talk about projections more in the next lecture. And then we want to شنو نسوي؟ نبي نسوي copy حق اللاير لأنه we're gonna do some tricks نفس ما سوينا المرة اللي طافت. يعني when we copied اللاير مال state كذا مرة. يعني هم نفس الشيء راح نسوي لأن شنو؟ We want to omit monuments and then we want to show monuments. So in order to do this يقول لنا شنو؟ right click on the burn layer and choose export save as context menu. This will save the vector layer as. So we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna send نعطيها name هني. So Bernalillo County. Okay. County. طبعا أول شيء I have to إني أحدد where I'm gonna save it. إنزين. بعدين هني عندنا G package dot and then شنو سوى لنا؟ سوى لنا copy من اللاير هذه. أنا سويت something wrong هني. Remove. We have to repeat this step again. We want to copy this layer, save it as, and then again press U and the download, and then we have to select the Bernalillo County and then dot G package, save, yes, replace, and then overwrite layer. زين سوينا هذه الحين الخطوة. From the recently used coordinates, use the node. Now click browse CRS, it will open, and then it asks us to make sure this is projected toward this. And you can see here عندنا 2 copies of this layer. زين هني طبعا rename this now. The output is named layer below with geopackage name followed by the layer name. Rename this to monuments. Okay, he wants us to rename this. زين no longer it wants us to repeat the same step with this layer. Okay, export save feature as طبعا خلينا نتأكد أول شيء is it in the path اللي أنا بيه؟ yes. Okay. County .g package. Okay. Now عندنا هذه vector data. عندنا point data وعندنا vector data. Now we're gonna do some editing. We're gonna do some processes called dissolve and click. So what we are actually trying to do, عندنا أنا two layers. والtwo layers هذول فيهم غير الشيب فايل فيهم information صح ولا لا؟ So أنا بسوي عمليات بسيطة intersection. شنو المشترك بينهم؟ union. dissolve يعني I want to merge a database مع database وخليهم one map. So all of these options are available in QGIS. أنا راح نشوف لما نكمل exercise the utility of these options. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a process called dissolve. Okay. So dissolve كان في find احنا الحين قاعد نشتغل بشنو؟ احنا قاعد نشتغل vector data. Okay, مو قاعد نشتغل بساتلايت image وهذا. This is called vector data. So we're gonna go to the vector menu and then we're gonna bring up geoprocessing tool and then we're gonna do a dissolve. Okay. وهني حاط لنا طبعا حاط لك الانبوت layer and then اللي هو census track. Okay. And then save to a geo package and then راح نسميها okay, and then we're gonna run this. Okay, now we're gonna do. So again, احنا هني we used to need to just based on the attributes. So for example, if you have counties of United States that you could dissolve them based on the state name attribute and create a state boundary layer. Here you are not need to use these attributes. You will dissolve all tracked polygons into one to create county boundary. So خلينا نشوف شنو الفرق بين هني اللي سويناه. الحين خلينا نشوف هني الاتريبيوت تيبل. Okay, that's الاتريبيوت table وحق احنا اللي تو سويناه. So شنو صار؟ اللي صار احنا we just want a boundary. We don't want these information لأن الحين إذا we want to do the other processes it will be complicated. So and I just need the boundary just for the aesthetic of the map to be clear, okay? And that's called the process dissolve, okay? Because I just want a boundary and in the plan as we're gonna see in the tutorial, okay? So I'm gonna omit it like here. And then now شنو عندنا next? We're gonna select monuments. So عندنا you want to filter monument that only ones that with the order and class that you are interested in. Here you only have, you want the monuments to meet the following requirements. Elevation order equals 1, last recovered on or after 1995. Satellite observation were used in the monument coordinate system. And then, so how can we do that? Properties, and then select source. Okay, so عندنا هني source, and then شنو? Find the provider feature filter area. This is where you define the content of the layer based on the attributes. Okay, so هني عندنا query builder. Okay, so what we're gonna do here? So basically we're gonna build a query to select monuments from this layer if you have one. So I don't want all the monuments. I want the monuments that is within a specific boundary, okay? To show them in the هذا. So basically هني راح اكتب expression. هني طبعا في شرح حق الاكسبريشن وكذي. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Order. Again, ما في سبب حق choosing هذا these monuments, بس يعني that's an example. You can do it. Last. يعني depends on what your boss or what is your research objective or whatever you want to show. 1994, October 12, and sat use, and you can see here this expression is just summary to مساحة حق اللي احنا توه تكلمنا. So is that correct? Something is missing? Okay, syntax error. Click OK to set the query and close. Now خلينا نشوف شنو يسوي. Okay. There is an indicator space on the right left of the layer. Okay, now click OK again to close the layer properties. There is an indicator on the right of each layer. Okay, the reminder that the filter is in place. However, over the icon produce a pop-up, and you know how that. Now we're gonna open the attribute table. Okay. And by the way, just يعني again عشان تعرفون احنا شنو صار. شوف الفرق بين هاللاير وهاللاير. Before and after. So شنو اللي سوينا احنا الحين؟ بالاكسبريشن الكويري شنو سويت؟ Why did I do that? لا شنو؟
I want the ones that are in the jurisdiction
Exactly.
or in the area.
Yeah, so شنو اخفالي انا عندي كويري على specific monuments. اوكي؟ ففي هذه الحركه اللي تو سويناها اخفالي يعني شوف هني في وايد مونيومنتس صح ولا لا؟ لما سويت الحركه وخر لي شنو واختصر لي اياها، فالحين لما ندش الاتريبيوت تيبل ما عندي هيوج داتا سيت عندي بس the ones that I need to work with. واضحة الفكرة الحين شنو سوينا؟
أي.
Yeah. So أول شيء we dissolved a layer that has plenty of information because we just want the boundary. The second major step, الحين I want the monuments within this boundary, but not all the monuments. I want specific monuments with a specific criteria. That's all what we did so far. Okay? Shall I move to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're gonna do some more editing for the vector things, which is called buffering and clipping data. Now, let's close those attribute table. Now we want to open the table for jurisdiction that has the city notice. The majority of the consist of unincorporated areas. So here عندي jurisdiction layer. Okay. And what I want to do, إنزين, I want the jurisdiction that is equal to Albuquerque, okay? So which is a city in New Mexico. So what we're gonna do here, the same idea here اللي سويناها المرة اللي طافت. Sorry. Zoom into this. Okay. Now let's do this. Properties, and then we're gonna do query bundle, and then we're gonna do اللي هو شنو عندنا two اللي هو you can actually do it this way, okay, equal, and then I can pull up a number of jurisdiction. So instead of writing يعني أنا مساعد كتبت expression كامل بس I can do it easy. It's a logical expression, and then I just want to say double click Albuquerque, okay, and see what we have here. إنزين. So, and you can see هني شوفوا I just pulled the jurisdiction with Albuquerque. So الحين اختصرتها كنت Bernardino County. الحين رحت أكثر to a specific jurisdiction area of Bernardino County, and this is where I pulled هذا. So you can see الحين أنا عندي شغلات قاعد أفصفصها وأقصقصها في الخريطة. And that's what I'm trying to do. Now I'm eliminating some features, holding off some features أساس هالأمور هذه. Okay? So and then شنو راح أسوي؟ مثل ما هو قال لنا هني we're gonna pull this layer like this. Okay? Now what's next? شنو يبينا نسوي؟ jurisdiction above. الكتاب سهل قرايته. اي يعني لما تاخذين راحتك انا تشوفوني على السريع هني لان I just want to highlight the most important parts. بس يعني شفت انا هالكتاب وايد يعني حلو قراءته وكذي وسهل، واذا خذيتي راحتك فيه مزاج يعني حلو مع موكا ولا كاكاو ولا شيء تشوفين امورك تمشي يعني، او ايس كريم. دائما احس الايس كريم is the most important thing for ladies. Is it for all ladies?
ما أحب
يعني إذا واحدة مزاجها تعبان تعطيها آيس كريم كنا تتعدل.
تعطيني فلوس أوكي.
Okay. So open the attributable for the road inventory. So now we're going to clip some roads as well. So خلينا نشوف road inventory. Okay, so هذا هو road inventory. إنزين. And we want to select features from this road inventory, okay? Features by clicking, now menu and choose select features by. Okay, so we want to شنو يبينا؟ So why it's not showing me this box? Select features by value. See the feature by value. Select all and that selection, and then عندنا هنا شنو؟ move. أحد لاقيها في الماك select feature by value using an expression. ليش مو طالعت لي select feature by value؟
دكتور أنا عندي إياها برا major والattribute table.
وين؟
بالسايد بانل فوق. يعني
هذه؟
لا في لي حلقة.
هني؟
لا فوق ما رح ما كنت بس إنه the other icon
هذه؟
the second one yes.
Oh yeah, it's here. Okay. ليش موجودة في الاتريبيوت تيبل؟
I don't know أنا found it من هون.
Okay, I see. Excellent. لأن السنة طافت كانت بالاتريبيوت تيبل. Anyway. انزين، so عندنا شنو هني؟ نبي الكلاس. Okay, by typing, now scroll down and then find the class field. عندنا كاهو الكلاس field. Major. Insane, and then we're gonna do so, and then it tells you in the major select major and right click to accept. Now the operator option to the right. Equal to, and then معطينا it's setting us to select feature, select all major roads. Okay, operator, and then click flash features and you will see the major roads in E, and then close to dismiss the selected feature by value windows. Open. So عندنا هنا بينا معطينا dates 19 3 26 3 26. انزين. So هنا we are trying شنو نسوي؟ We are trying to select so إذا رحنا هني know why it so matches equal to. Flash on the map canvas. Now click flash features. إنزين ليش يقول لي no matches flash features؟ شنو أنا مسوي غلط؟ value major equal to, and you will see the major roads flashes. نشوف هني هل في شيء؟ That's why. See how it's now flashing? Okay. So أنا قايل له هني حاط dates بس شنو it was included. So make sure إن excluded fields هذه. And then once I select, شنو اللي سوى لي؟ It selected the major roads. Okay, for me. Do you see that? يعني that's the beauty of إن عندك database and you can actually clip and add and select and all of these things. It's not usually user friendly. أنا ترى by the way it's a practice. يعني حتى أنا بالنسبة لي I use R حق الديزيز حق المابينج. Sometimes I use QGIS because الماب شكلها أحلى بالنسبة لي. إنزين بس غالبا إذا في analytical thing يعني QGIS حلو حق لما تسوي map presentation على راحتك. You can use artistic side. الR شوية constructive in terms of adding colors. But when it's analytical more, R is more professional in the presentation. But QGIS is very nice in terms of designing maps. Anyway. انزين so شنو الحين راح يصير؟ ليش سوينا كذي؟ سوينا كذي يا طويل العمر because we want شنو إذا if we right click إذا الحين فتشنا attribute table راح تشوفون إن في شغلات selected. Okay. So we're gonna clip this by export saved selected هذا بعدين نتأكد إحنا وين الباث مالنا وين راح يسوون هني اللي هو شنو راح يكون major roads save and then so basically الحين سوى لنا اياه اذا شلنا هذه صار عندي بس الميجر رودز في الماب. شوف الحين شوي we are constructing this. Now what's next? You have selected this, it should look like this. Okay, we did this and then we remove هذه and let's remove هذه بعد. انزين. Now what you have is Albuquerque is isolated. You will buffer the Albuquerque one by 1 mile. This will allow you to identify monuments that are either inside or close to the city limits. Buffer is an operation that creates a new polygon layer that is a buffer distance from another layer. Okay, we'll see how it will go. Now we're gonna do a buffer from the GIS processing tools, vector. And then we're gonna click buffering. Okay, so and then here jurisdiction layer, segment 5 meter, and then okay, open this, making sure is that everything is correct, distance 5 to 80, all of this. Now we're gonna run this and then we're gonna close. Now شنو قاعد يقول لنا؟ So basically it created a buffer انزين يعطينا مثل هذا البفر we will not present it بس يعطينا sense of which monuments are on the borderline of city Albuquerque jurisdiction. Okay. So شنو يعني احنا شفت الحين لما سوينا الديستنس اللي هو المساحة مالتها قاعد اقول له بس شوية طلع لي الحدود ابي اشوف يعني هني عندي buffers يعني عندي هني monument عندي هني monuments زين هل I'm gonna include them I'm gonna exclude them it's البفرنج هني شنو صار كمسألة exploratory but then we will see now what's also for. Now set input layer 2 we're gonna start clipping okay so الحين هذا البفر راح help me الكليب and then you're gonna see why we are gonna do this operation so we're gonna do geo clip زين عندنا هني monuments and then عندنا هني البفر and then create okay just like this السريع and then we did everything correctly here so الحين شوفوا شنو صار شلت شو اللي صار اللي صار سلمكم الله ان I just left the monuments that are inside Arbakurki city limits and within the limits of the city boundaries so هذا البفر اللي ساعدني فيه انه شنو اذا الحين شلت الاساسيه هذه شوفوا هني شوف لاحظوا هني شنو صار شوفوا هني المكان سويت كذي صار ان هذول المونيومنتس are not اللي برا are not خلاص included انزين Finally, you will label the monument as feature ID attribute. Open the layer styling option of Albuquerque monuments. Select انزين طبعا هنا راح نبتدي هني الستايلينج مالنا and then we're gonna do هذه no label single label so now I showed up الليبلز مالت المونيومنتس هذه طبعا هني we want us to do it as feature ID اللي هو رقم المونيومنتس okay so basically you can see I can you know show off ال ID او الليبلز مالت المونيومنتس we can do some cool stuff like
دكتور
yes
what does the number mean
اللي هو الاي دي مال المونيومنت كل مونيومنت is ID'd يعني لا رقم
okay.
so I just want to show them on the map ممكن I can show names I can show other stuff حسب اللي موجود عندي يعني كل نقطة يكون لها اسم صح عرفتي so that's the idea بس يعني حتى نفس الفكرة I can do it for I can do it for showing country names okay so عندي هني I can شنو أسوي I can actually give them a stroke sorry guys أنا شميت ريحة بخور قوية وأنا أشم ريحة بخور قوية خلاص طقني حساسية yeah so هذه that's why تشوفون شوية my brain is and I need an antihistamine but unfortunately I don't have antihistamine okay so عندنا هني الكليب طبعا هذه كلها aesthetics حق هذا سوينا الكليبينج بفر we can actually do distance opacity 60. عندنا شغلة اللي هي البليسمنت. اقدر احرك الليبلز، يعني هني just basically showing you how to play with the labels. انزين وهم نفس الشيء الفونت سايزز والامور هذه كلها. whatever color you need, and then style player, choose whatever color your feature match connected line to avoid duplicates. Now on the rendering, yeah, that's all just يعني so, and then basically هم نفس الشيء can do. I can do them like this. I can change the symbology مالهم. Okay. هم نفس الشيء هني عندنا الميجر roads. And then I can bring up their labels. Okay. Stuff like this.